It's Carcino here. Let's get into it while we can. Gotta get ready to clean up today, get some things taken care of, and move accordingly. Now, a lot of different people in the world see the world as their oyster when they're top. And it is very hard for someone who is no longer on that pedestal, right? They no longer looked at as the end all be all. That fame, that glory, that, oh wow, I'm on top. Everyone's responding to me. Without that being your crutch, right? What do you have anymore? As they completely screws up my viewership right now. I guess they're still trying to track where I'm at. Jeez. I haven't seen my page this screwed up in a while. Nevertheless, we move forward like we always do. This has been a growing problem when dealing with such instances, right? The Wendy Williams show. Wendy was known for radio, got very popular, powerful people had her removed. She felt like the underdog. You know, people beat her up in the studio for talking about their business. And then all of a sudden, boom. She's put in a position to where the world can see her, and she's got surgeries to enhance things that she wanted to have corrected. She's on crazy diets. And everybody loves Wendy, even though she spills gossip on people and tells secrets. They love Wendy. Oh, love Wendy. I'm like, wow, they really love Wendy. That's amazing. Because you wouldn't think that they would love her in the celebrity world. This is somebody who might be talking about you the next week while you sitting there on a show. Normally, they don't champion people like that. Man, they did an. Whoever this is, wow. So her studio decided it would be in her best interest to not return to her show once she started to show signs of decline, which she showed. She showed signs of unstableness, erratic behavior from lack of eating food. She has medical conditions. I think she has Crohn's disease or something like that. And it has affected her professionally. Her divorce from Kevin was made public once powerful people she was talking about on the show started launching their own investigative probes into Wendy's life. And the reason why those probes were launched into her life is because she was talking about people she shouldn't have been speaking on. So they said, well, we're going to probe her life and put her life on blast. I can hire some investigators. And that's what they did. She had already knew before the investigators did their investigating about Kevin's activities. Now, Wendy started to fall apart over the years, and doing something consistently over and over and over again, you're going to run into strain. You're going to run into a time where it's hard to do it. You're going to run into certain days where you're like, I don't even want to get out of bed today. Do I want to do this today? You're going to run into those. You're going to have those moments. You're going to have those questions for yourself. And then you're going to have to sit up and say, all right, let's do it. Or not. This is the real world, people. The real world. Not the fake one. The real one. And people are constantly going. Oh, it seems that Kwame went live at the same time. So, Wendy got really ill with COVID. Collided with her own illnesses. She had to seriously have to sit down. She didn't have the energy to do her show anymore. And people are very nervous after watching her pass out unconsciously in front of the whole world when she was live on her show for a Halloween special. They went to commercial break, and they was like, well, she wasn't getting a lot of rest. And before she could even be rude okay, the world was already making memes about somebody who could have passed out and died. But that shows you the type of world that we live in. Correct? That's interesting. But that's called society, good people. And in this society, that's the way the world works. You get what you put out into the world. She put out a lot of negative energy. So negative energy was coming back around to her. You see that? See how that works? You send negative energy out, negative energy come back. So, a lot of people were asking questions. What's going on? What's happening here? Why is this in this place? Why is that in this place? Then her split from Kevin, right? After the news was becoming public and was going to ruin the integrity of the company, now Kevin's the problem. Kevin's got to go. He's ruining everything. Right? She already knew. She already knew. So to make everything better for everyone, Kevin was looked at as the villain. He had to take the blunt of all the falls. And because of it, they get divorced. Now that she's sick, her oldest son, Kevin Jr., is taking care of her, pushing her around. And the studios had all these celebrity guests fill in to be the host. And Sherri Shepherd is the fans' favorite. They love when Sherri Shepherd is the host. And they've got it all lined up with these celebrity hosts. And they like the way it's going. And they don't see a need to change it. They don't see the need to make any adjustments. They like the way it's going. They were like, why do we need to change? This show going right. So the studio tells Wendy, who felt like she's ready to return. After New Year's, she'll be ready to take over her show again. The studio is looking at the number of responses and saying, well, we're having some slips on certain days, but when Sherri Shepherd is in there, the numbers are kind of looking like we can work with this. You know, with Wendy, who knows when she's going to be sick again? With Wendy, who knows? Who knows what's going to happen next? Then we'll be right back at square one. Then someone else signs her up. Sherri Shepherd gets her own show. And we had a shot to get her. See, I know how networks think. I know how they talk. I know how they get down. I know how these networks get. Trust me. Now, we ready to spice it up a little bit. Now that they told Wendy it's not time for her to come back, she made the announcement, I'll come back when everybody agrees that 100% that I'm ready to come back, and it's a mutual decision. You know, we all want to be in the same. No, it isn't. She wants to come back, and the studio told her, hell to the no. That's the real. So if you want to know what's real, that's what's real. She wants to come back. Believe that. So that was never the question. Well, we can get even more interesting about the subject. Some of the staff members that were very key to making the show go left, took other jobs. They're no longer working on the Wendy show. There's a lot of key members of that team that were making the show go that went on to get other projects than to stick it out with the Wendy show, because the Wendy show looked like an uncertainty. So other people went and took other jobs. That is what I was told. A lot of uncertainty going around. Now that we shaking that spot and shaking that tree, Wendy's health is more of a concern, because the injuries that she sustained due to her illness, it's going to be very difficult for her to be standing all of these hours. That's why she had the chair. She was sitting down, and it's kind of hard for her to still be Wendy. You know, Wendy likes to be Wendy. So when she's not able to be Wendy anymore, you see the transformation. But what I also see is a television show that doesn't want to, they don't want to move forward with the old person anymore. They want the new blood. And don't be surprised if Sherry Shepherd end up taking that job from Wendy. Just saying. They'll deem Wendy unfit. They'll deem Wendy unfit, and that will be the case. She'll be deemed as unfit, and they'll just have to move on from there. Well, it's only so long you can keep pissing people off. I mean, look at this. You see right now? You see how they not sending out anything for my video whatsoever? That's because some people are pissed off. I done did some video that done pissed somebody off, and here we are. This is where I was gonna buy my house. This is a flourishing area here. All these homes are 700,000 and up. But see, the reason why I want to be over here, good people, you see what I'm saying? Is they are expanding, they're building. This is new. All of this is new. Look at that. New homes. New. This one is just getting built. All this space. Look at these lots. These things are called lots. Home site lots. They're building. $700K and up. That's why I told people that I'm like, man, y'all like my house? My house is good, but that's not where I want to end up for the rest of my life. That's not where I want to be for the rest of my life. I want to have a home where I can say, this is it forever. That's basically a starter house, what I got. But most of us don't see the potential here. This is good real estate property. Good real estate area. This is where you want to be. Things are in development. You want to get it in its stages. Many of us don't have those opportunities to do that. So when you have the opportunity to do so, you probably should act. The reason why I didn't before is because it would have taken too long for the house to get developed and get fixed. They weren't where they needed to be at the time for me. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't where they should be in the development stages for the homes. Yeah, the prices are very expensive out there. But it's not about the cost of the home. It's about the property. The property is going to be worth more. That's $700,000 and up. That $700,000 in about 5 years is going to be 1.5, 2.4. It can go all the way up over the years, the next 10 years, 15 years. That land and the property value is going to rise because of all of the things they're building around it. That's going to increase your worth and your value of your home. So when you see, remember, old white people be like, oh, they're going to bring down the property value. See, when you used to have those, that's what property value means. The value of the area, like it's going to be torn down. They used to get scared when inner city people come in. Yeah, you could buy a lot of things cheap. But the thing is, what will it be worth? See, you got to know there's a such thing as bad real estate. They try to tell you just own land. Yeah, if you want to say you own land, anybody could do that. But do you want to make money? That's the problem. I mean, you see that in the real estate market now? You see everybody in real estate. Everybody named mama in real estate. I was in a real estate meeting and didn't know a damn thing about real estate. They wanted me there because I had the revenue. And they want me to be investment partners. And I was sitting down with the people from Shark Tank. And I understand why they sharks. These are people that's like in billions, but they get billions by not spending their damn money. They want you to spend yours. And I'm like, no. No. Not for me. That was another thing I was going to bring up. But I was we had went on into the real estate thing. But let's get to the next problem in the equation. The next problem of the equation is very simple. They wanted, and I repeat, they wanted to have Wendy's show basically is going to be eradicated at the end of the year. So this is why all these key people left. This is season 13, and they have no contract with Wendy after season 13. So once they finish off this season, they're gonna go into a renegotiation. She might be gone, and then you might see the Sherry Shepherd show. I'm trying to tell you, this is how the business. This is the network business, baby. They're not in the Wendy business. They're in the network business. sad as it must be said, they don't play no games. Hey, it is what it is. Just wish all parties, much respect to them. Wish everybody the best. And back to the real estate proposition. We'll talk about that later. And I'm out.